Obviously, I know we've talked here in the past that you're always trying to improve and expand your bull battery. I guess, is there anything that you guys are looking for as the next bull for Rodgers Cattle Company? Or
oh, you're always looking for, something to be just a little bit different than what you got. I sure like muscle in my cattle. I like muscle in my bulls. Hair and bones, pretty big characteristics, and structures gotten to be super big characteristic. But you get some of those things, and it's not always maybe the one that looks the best. It's that cow family's really important to me. I mean, that cow needs to have a pretty consistent, deal calf record behind her, and some of the bulls that I've promoted them cows has been really consistent. So that seems to help with the bull part of it for me.
Certainly got to have some positive attributes on both sides of the pedigree from those sires and dams. I guess with that being said, as far as these first calf heifers, obviously I know there's a lot of different options out there. I know that's maybe one direction you guys are going to be looking for, but any bulls you might recommend for those virgin heifers to breed this year? Or?
Yeah, I used I-80 last year and I got along really well with him. We're gonna breed some of him. We're gonna breed some Doc again. I breed some of those Griswold Angus to some of the clubbier ones, but I kind of keep it to to about a 3 or 4 bull deal to get too spread out. I kind of just match them up and breed them that way. So.
Obviously, as we said, you've got that sale there coming in the fall. I know you're getting ready to maybe go breed some heifers tonight.
Yeah,
as far as that first class female sale in December, anything at this point that you might want to mention as it could be a feature? Obviously, I know it's still real early, but anything?
Yeah, there's going to be a top end of bred heifers I'm putting in there. I'm extremely high on, and I'm going to lose a little bit of grass, so I'm going to put a pretty good, nice slug of cows in there that are young. That I'm going to AI probably a lot of them the first time to clubby bulls, so that'll be real interesting. Hopefully, people can kind of check that out when the time comes. So.
Definitely, for sure. That should be extremely exciting to see that sale offering again. Certainly, I know it was extremely popular last winter. It was highly contested on some of those top cows, and certainly some big premiums. But as we said, obviously got the bulls that you're going to be going out there and selling semen on and so forth. As far as I know, you said you haven't traveled a whole lot, but any calves out there that you like real well? Just as far as sire groups or anything in particular?
I haven't got around, but the few that I have seen, a lot of them been out of my bulls and the Believe in Me's look pretty good. The Walks Alone, where he works dang good. I've seen just a handful of heat waves that were pretty nice. I'll have 3 of them that'll be in my sale this year that'll be pretty nice so far, but I haven't got out and got to see just a whole lot yet.
Yeah, I think I was sort of maybe trying to lead you in direction. I think I saw one today that you showed me, a Man Among Boys, that sort of maybe got some potential. I know you said that bull sort of.
He's working pretty good. Looks over for no more than he got used. There's a lot of people that really like him. So
I know you've been posting there on your blog a little bit about some guys that maybe contact on Man Among Boys since he's sort of a later spring acquisition. Any of those guys that you might recommend folks to give a shout or contact and ask some things?
Yeah, I've been getting, as far as the calves, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's Todd Rao. He's got several of them. Donnie Bagalka, Chad Foreman, Brad Smith had a handful of them. Jack Sievers in Nebraska had some of them. There's a full list on my blog of people that like the calves. Jason Boyle, he'd be one of them that had some that he really liked pretty well. But probably other than that, for no more than he got used, there's a lot of people that really like them.
I guess we've got a few questions that were sent in from a few folks. We had quite a few, but a couple I was going to ask in particular. One person, I thought this was a pretty good question from Roger Patterson from West Virginia. I thought it was maybe something that might not be what you expected, but he said, what's the most enjoyable part of the bull business? Which I don't know if you can say it's always enjoyable.
Yeah.
But,
no, not all the time, but you kind of gotta take life with a grain of salt and make the best out of it. But the most enjoyable for me is going and seeing the people that are happy with the bulls that they use deers, and really excited about the calves. And I mean, I really like that and enjoy seeing people that got along good with the bulls that they used ours.
Definitely. Another question, I guess, you got from Daryl Austin. he said, what are the three most important things when you're looking for those potential AI sires that you'll promote?
Probably structure, number one. You know, hair probably, I would say, is sure number two. I'm probably going to go with muscle for me for number three. If you can get those three things there in a pretty good package, you usually probably got something.
Definitely, certainly, those are very, very important. Another question about one of the new bulls in your lineup this year, Walk the Line, Walks Alone son from Lee Ralston in Virginia. He was really intrigued by his picture and his pedigree. Sort of wondering how a guy might plug that bull in this spring to try him out.
He's huge mettled, probably different for Walks Alone. He's really soft and a little flatter and really good structured, just chunky and good haired. And I think you could put him on those freakier type cows and get along pretty good with him.
For sure, he does certainly look like he's got that extra center body and capacity, which, as you said, certainly what the judges are liking these days. They like him super soft and good bodied. But as far as your program is concerned, anything that's coming up that guys should be looking forward to? Obviously, follow your blog, Rodgers Cattle at blogspot.com. But anything that anything we should be looking for in the very near future?
Yeah, we'll probably keep posted, you know, and anybody that gets pictures of calves at our bull, sure send them to us. We'll try to advertise for you the best we can and get them up there and promote them for you. Hopefully we're going to be out on the road looking for a handful more bulls this year. We're pretty selective on them. We don't buy too many, but I'd sure like to have, you know, 3 or 4 or 5 bull prospects if I can find the ones that I'm looking for. If I can't find them, then, you know, we'll just do with what we got. But
for sure, definitely don't want to, you know, water down the market too much. Obviously, you can sometimes get too many to try to push, but certainly try to, seems like, get the select few that really bring something to the table. I guess one thing I know you've mentioned to me in the past, and if you don't mind, maybe on those 2 bulls, Walks Alone and Believe in Me, but I think he said usually the bulls you feel that have the most potential usually have a couple characteristics that really make them stand out. Maybe you might call them a freak for that, I guess. Believe in Me and Walks Alone, I know you've told me in the past. I guess sort of what made them really stand out to you?
Walks Alone, just his look and his hip structure and mass is, I mean, it's second to none. His pin bones are really wide and square. Really carries down his lower quarter good, just with a great neck and no chest floor. Probably on Believe in Me, a couple of the best characteristics on him are his bone and hair. I mean, he's huge-legged and really shaggy haired and smooth built to be stout, you know. But those are 2 things that kind of stick out on both of those bulls, and kind of you can see through their calves and how they breed that through. So
definitely, certainly that would be the case. Those cattle certainly very unique. I guess if a guy wants to see them, they're still at Hawkeye right now to go look at.
Yeah, both bulls are there. Yeah, pretty much everything is there except for one and only, and he's there at home. I just got him back from Kevin Newman in Texas. He leased him there for the fall, and we're going to get him fleshed back up. And Jeff Boddicker up by Cedar Rapids is going to get him here pretty quick to turn out. So,
gotcha. Do you guys in particular? I know, like Walks and Believe in Me, I would imagine probably not, but on some of the other new bulls, is there an opportunity to get a lease on this summer? Or?
Yeah, I've got some pastures of my own, and I'm going to use some of the ones of my own on my own cows, but when it gets a little closer to breeding time there, I'll kind of see what I got, and if somebody's still looking for something, they can sure holler at me and see what I got left around.
Definitely, for sure. Obviously, can't plug them all in, but be a good opportunity to maybe get some of those bulls walking the ground and get a chance to use them. But as I said, certainly I know you wanted to, I remember, talk about some of your customer service and so forth, and how you guys are really trying to stress, you know, taking care of your customers, good semen quality, and you know, certainly supporting their programs. Anything in particular you guys want to discuss about that? Or
you know, if it wasn't for, I guess, number one, my wife, I'd probably be in trouble. She's awful important to me. She does a lot of things that I probably can't do. So, and she kind of takes care of all the paperwork on everything, and she's probably the most important person in my life. So, and then number 2, I couldn't do it without J.R. Spear and Nolan Ferguson helping me. We try to follow these calves that I sell around to just pretty much every show that we can, and we try to most of the families out that we sell to, and that's a pretty big important deal around our deal. I mean, in the fall for the sale, we don't sell a lot of cows, but the ones we do, we sure try to take care of everybody that comes and buys from us. We'll trim feet, you know, through the spring and the summer, and just try to do everything we can to get them cows as far and as much out of them as we can at their end point. So
certainly, I guess I know you said that JR and Nolan play a big part.
Yeah, very big.
Are they going to be out and about looking for calves for you?
That's kind of where JR he kind of stays home there, and he's got a couple kids, and he stays around and just kind of stays around home and keeps things. You know, he kind of the tie that binds everything around there, and just keeps everything going like it needs to. Nolan kind of has to go work down there at his deal with his family and breed his own cows and do stuff, but he'll probably be out with me some. But JR doesn't get out too much. He kind of stays around home there and kind of mans the ship around there. So
definitely, for sure. I guess just real quick, I know you showed me around your cows at your place. I guess how many brood cows and bred heifers are you guys running right now? Because certainly I know you've raised a lot of good bulls, and everybody says the more numbers the better, but I didn't see that many cows.
Yeah,
looks like the consistency's pretty strong.
And it does. It takes a lot of different things to have a good one. I mean, and a guy gets lucky every now and then and does have a good one. But we run about 60, 65 cows, and I'll run about 40 heifers, virgin heifers, and breed for the sale. So. And then I've got some places I put embryos in and some contract deals and stuff like that. So, yeah, it keeps us busy, you know.
With that being said, I guess really appreciate you coming out here and talking to us. I know you, like I said, you're awful busy. I know Tracy Gretzky, I think, is chomping at the bit to get on the road with you here tonight.
Yeah, he's raring to go. So
certainly, guys are going to look for those next set of calves.
You bet.
Obviously, you got the sale October 15th, round 2 there around November.
Yeah.
Then your first class female sale in December. Certainly look forward to maybe working with you on that as well.
Yeah,
but I guess look for you there in Ohio this weekend. Just give you a shot. What's the best way to get you on the phone?
Just my cell phone number is 515-480-6896. That's usually about the only thing I got. So get a hold of me there. Shoot me a text.
Certainly. Well, like I said, really appreciate Wade Rodgers being our first guest here on the Bullpen. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors who made this possible, including our supreme sponsor for tonight's show, Show Live Tees, Matt and Melissa Cruz in Wauchula, Florida. Be sure to check out Show Live Tees. I really appreciate their support. I'd also like to thank all of our corporate sponsors, Executive Sires, Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, FatSteer.com, Willow Creek Club Calves in Arkansas. Really appreciate all their support once again. Thanks again to Wade Rodgers. If you have any questions, be sure to call him. And last but not least, we're going to give away that Rodgers Cattle Company bull banner. We got a hat of names right here to pull out of.
Yeah.
And see who gets that.
All these guys they bought semen on the online sale, and pick one of them and see what we get here. Brian Dietzman of Indiana.
So the bull banner from Rodgers Cattle Company is going to go to Brian Dietzman there in Indiana. And I really appreciate all those guys buying semen there off the Rodgers Cattle Company bull sale. As we said, lots of guys and distributors are out there selling semen on the Rodgers Cattle Company bulls. I'm out right now selling semen. Supplies are tight. Certainly Cattle Visions, ABS, Top Sires, Midwest Genetics. Adam White's out there in the West. Yeah. Certainly a lot of guys out there floating around. So if you want to get in contact with myself or any of those distributors, be sure to contact them or contact Wade as he heads east in the coming days. But certainly be sure to try those Rodgers bulls. From what I've seen, some of the success is there, and don't be left out on the opportunity to use some of those best bulls in the business. If you have any questions, as Wade said, give him a call. He certainly has the knowledge to try to help you out, and he's certainly always been willing to talk and give me some insights myself. So really appreciate you once again, Wade, and as we said, safe travels down the road. As we said, I'm Chris Teremis, the anchorman for Livestock World. Once again, first edition of the Bullpen. Be sure to check us out on Tuesday night at Kansas State University. We'll have Christy Collins, Kevin Jensen, Greg and Briggs Stewart. We might have one special guest in particular that we'll let you know about Tuesday night. So once again, thanks to everybody for tuning in, and thanks to Wade Rodgers.
Thanks, Chris.